Gillespie the save off the serve. Glendening left-handed attack almost falls. Cam Rice slams it home on Gillespie, somehow able to save it as the libero Bearcat. Sigmund with another attack from her left side. The southpaw almost brings it home, but Noelle Van Oort responds. This time to Glendening. Dig up by Van Oort. Attack by Riley Whitlock, and her first kill at Worthen Arena is a big one. Cardinals tie it up.
Gillespie's been all over the place. I mean, oh my goodness. Between the pancake a couple moments ago, getting smacked in the face, she is all over the place for the Bearcats.
Meet in the middle between Glendening and Whitlock. This time, Bearcat succession.
Cincinnati service, Lily Gillespie.
They regain the lead 3-2 early on in set number 2. The server will be Gillespie. From the left side, dug up by Ledbetter. Assisted from Green, the attack from Van Oort comes back as she is stuffed by Brooke Crummel. 10 total blocks in her last game, 13 in her last 3. Gillespie will serve once more. A hometown kid from Cincinnati, she is the libero today. Middle attack on a slide action from Weiss. Corralled by the Bearcats. The Cardinals now respond, but shut down by Carly Glendening until a net violation is called. Cardinal points.
Little too antsy and excited to get right there. Just definitely was in the net. Good call by the official.
A lot of scrambling there for these two teams. So Van Oort will serve. Knuckleball assisted by Spies for the Bearcats. Glendening, one more attack. Good to go, you bet. 5 kills
Back to
for
serve for the visitors.
phenom.
Gretchen Sigmund.
So Gretchen Sigmund will serve it from the left side. Southpaw has been everything productive for these Bearcats all year.
Carson with the
Two-handed
two-handed
attack
throw.
from Carson Tyler
Stay.
could be considered a kill, but without the general authority that
Sophie
we see
Ledbetter
from
to
her.
let it fly.
Ledbetter will serve. She serves from the right side. Dug up by Glendening. Spies to Sigmund, back row attack won't go. Green gets it to Kroll, blocked by Cincinnati. Van Oort's attack dug up by Gillespie. Attack from Glendening. Unable to get over the net. Ball State gets the point. Cardinals starting to put it together now. We're tied up at 5-5. Ledbetter to rise once more. Gillespie to set. Glendening the attack off the hands of Carson
Big
Tyler.
swing from off the net.
Cincinnati
Bearcats.
takes the lead once more.
Cincinnati service, Carly Glendening.
Carly Glendening from Lake St. Louis, Missouri, to step up to the service line. Serving from the left, dug up by Ledbetter. Green gets it to Kroll, who's got one more to her name. 7 kills for the junior out of Wisconsin.
Elizabeth
Glendening and Kroll going back and forth. Both of them leading this game in kills.
Kroll leads both teams. Glendening has the most for the Bearcats. Nolan comes back to get one more. She says, no, sir, I want to add some more to my name. She's got 4 kills to her 3 digs today so far.
Brooke Crummel will serve.
Nolan now at 140 kills on the year. The serve from Crummel, set by Green. Carson Tyler smacks it into a Bearcat wall. Corralled by the Bearcats. Attack from Nolan, unable to be brought up by Ledbetter. That's what happens when your outside hitter is 6'4", LJ.
Yeah, it's a tough ball to get to in a perfect position from Nolan to give the Bearcats a 2-point lead.
One of the things that makes Nolan so good, she leads both sides in height, towering at that 6'4" stature. Attack from Carson Tyler, not as thunderous as we've seen. Ledbetter comes in to save over the middle. One more attack from Tyler, just tapped over. Nolan the attack lands onto the hardwood for yet another kill.
After the quiet set number 1, Nolan forces the Cardinals to take a timeout as they trail by 3. Bearcats lead 9-6, and a lot of that in the hands of not only Sydney Nolan, who has skyrocketed and is now second in kills for both teams at 6, tying Carly Glendening. So both of them 6 kills, and Nolan with 4 in this one alone.
Both are having their career highs right now in attack percentage. Nolan's, as we mentioned before, got 11.76 attacks per set, 14th best in the country. She's hitting a 308 clip to Glendening's 298. This 1-2 combination on offense has been dangerous all year, and today is no exception.
Including more volleyball coming up tomorrow night as Purdue
30
goes to
seconds
town.
left before these teams return to the court. This is Ball State's home opener, as we mentioned before. They've won the
Most kills
last
of the season.
6
Choices on the
straight.
screen, A, B, or C.
6-4 in Worthen last year, 5-3 in conference play. Home court advantage, especially on a day like this, is certainly apparent here in Muncie. Hoping to have one more to make that number 7 straight.
This is a big game for not only Ball State, but also Cincinnati, trying to get a good road win before conference play starts. And the Cardinals trying to get a very noticeable non-conference win as we start conference play real soon.
These two teams have played each other. This is now just the 3rd time these two teams have played one another. Bearcats have won both. Both of them were here at Worthen Arena. Most recently was in 2019. Cincinnati had a reverse sweep on September 14th. The anniversary was just a couple days ago, but before that it was 2008. Cincinnati swept these Cardinals before Kelly Miller-Phillips' successful tenure. 2 straight kills for the Bearcats. Serving now is Brooke Crummel. At a towering 6'3", the pride of Cumming, Georgia, she arrives from Liberty. Tabling the dig, Green, slide action to Crow, will land. 8 kills for Gwen Crow.
We talked about that slide action and how tough that is, and they struggled a little bit early on in the first set, but get that to go here in the second.
Spees to Nolan, Ledbetter the save. Green gets it to Tyler, back row attack, almost landed at that soft spot in the middle. Thundering attack from Sydney Nolan is hit by Elizabeth Tabling, only to hit the bottom of the Jumbotron. Cincinnati point. Not entirely uncommon to see a ball hit the Jumbotron here. Usually seeing it from a Carson Tyler kill, though. To have the pride of someone at the caliber of Sydney Nolan come here to Worthen Arena, as we said in the opening, certainly due for some fireworks, and we're seeing them here. So Spees will serve, Ledbetter receives. Attack from Carson Tyler goes off the head of Lily Gillespie. Point Ball State, as we hear from the PA announcer. Gwen Crow will serve. Seems right for the Bearcats. Crow knuckleballs one over.
She sends it long.
Untouched from the Bearcats. Goes on the black part of the Terraflex court out of bounds.
Cincinnati, Sydney Nolan.
Bearcats bench imitating a golf driver. Airmailed that one. Gwen Kroll did.
It's a fun, creative celebration from the Bearcats.
Slide action from Cam Wise, unable to be touched by a Bearcat. Another thing that sails out of bounds. Golf driver once more from these Bearcats.
Teeing off left and right.
Creative.
Very.
So Nolan rises again. Ledbetter receives. Middle attack from Lindsey Green, just tapped it over. Impressive work from this Cardinal setter.
I mean, how can you not love that? I love when a setter just dumps it right over. Sometimes they do it too often. That was the perfect time, found the sweet spot in the defense, and dropped it right over for a Cardinal point.
One of the best plays in volleyball is called a bingo kill, when that dig goes straight to the setter, and they jump up for the kill themselves. Scramble for the ball for these Cardinals. Ledbetter unable to track it down and bring it back into action. Bearcat kill, I believe Carly Glendening had one more. Nolan and Glendening both with 7 kills apiece. Gillespie will serve from the left side. Green sets it up. Noel Van Ort's ball goes out of bounds. These Cardinals, like you said, tee it off, kind of airmailing all of their attacks. That's why Cincinnati has a 16-9 advantage. Timeout is called from Ball State.
Right now, they are really just beating themselves up offensively. The Bearcats aren't doing anything too special. The Cardinals are just trying to be a little too fancy. And the Bearcats are just sitting there waiting for the ball to come to them. It's been sailing out of bounds, outside the lines. Really all this second set, they've yet to crack double digits, and it's been all Cincinnati.
Just a game of inches in volleyball, right? Put your hand down for that spike, get it on one part, it goes into the third row. The other part doesn't get over the net. The concentration required for these offensive weapons to try and slam it home and inbounds is one of the more difficult things in sports. 30 seconds left before these teams come out once more. Bearcats are 9 points away from evening up this contest. Ball State's got a long way to go, 16 ahead of them.
Yeah, they need something to come out and really click for them. They didn't have to use any of their timeouts in set number 1. They've used 2 here in set number 2. They came out hot off a Bearcats timeout in set number 1. I was wondering if they'd do the same after their first timeout, and nothing really changed, so I'm curious to see if anything changes after timeout number 2, or if the Bearcats keep dominating. But wow, crowd erupts.
Make some noise shown on the Jumbotron. The kids oblige. Gillespie, the hometown kid to serve. Pride of Turnpin High School, just 20 minutes from the University of Cincinnati as Noel Van Ort brings one home. Cardinals trying to work their way back here. She now serves.
After that kill, Noel
Slowly,
serves.
surely, and simple right there for the Cardinal offense.
Serving from the right side is Van Ort. Dug up from Glendening. Spies the assist to Sigmund. Southpaw unable to bring it home. Green to Weiss. Alley-oops one over, but corralled by Cincinnati. Glendening attack goes over the head of Carson Tyler and out of bounds.
Once again, good offense, good defense for the Cardinals. Cuts it to a 5-point lead for the Bearcats.
Serve from Van Ort, dug up by Glendening. Spies to Sigmund. Does it stay in bounds? It does.
Bearcats.
Kill for the southpaw Sigmund.
Cincinnati service. Gretchen Sigmund.
She now serves. Her 1.79 kills per set is a career high, already with a handful of kills today. Glendening's attack stuffed by Whitlock. She gets one more. Meet in the middle. Bearcats come on top.
That finds the tear flex. Point Bearcats.
When a ball has been hit over towards the Cardinals
Substitution.
and it's just short of that back row, they have really struggled to get that ball up and to the setter. That's really been working for the Bearcats.
5 kills for Gretchen Sigmund.
It's
Reese Axness comes in, lays one to Carson Tyler, who slams it home.
Sophie Ledbetter back to serve.
Little bit of action for Axness most recently. Had a set played against James Madison, 7 assists and a dig to her name.
Through the
Slide
body now,
action
Point
from Brooke
Bearcats.
Crummel lands for Bearcat point.
Carly Glendening will serve.
Glendening will serve from the left side. Bearcats lead by 9. 6 points away from winning set number 2. Dug up by Ledbetter. Axness gives it to Whitlock. Tips it out of bounds for a Bearcat point. Glendening begins this rally once more. Dug up by Van Ort. The attack from Tyler won't go. Whitlock with a two-handed attack. Meeting of the minds here. Cincinnati's ball goes over. Attack by Tyler. A lot of front row action right now. Stopped from Sydney Nolan. One more kill. 8 kills now for Sydney Nolan, the 6'4" junior. Glendening to rise again. Line drive serve. Carson Tyler tries to make the kill, won't go. Middle attack from Andy Speaks. We saw that from Lindsey Green earlier. The lead is now 10 for Cincinnati.
Real clever right there. We just said it. Cincinnati leads by 10. And it feels like they lead by even more. This game has not really been close. Out of the timeout, the Cardinals had 2 straight points to get them back into it and cut it to 5, but ever since then, the Bearcats have not looked back.
Slide action from Kroll, unable to land. Nolan the attack, good once more. Almost at double-digit kills. The Bearcats are now 2 points away from evening this thing out.
She had 2 kills coming into set number 2. Now she's 1 away from double digits. She has been the difference in set number 2.
Glendening, Ledbetter, Tyler's kill, blocked but out of bounds. Cardinals stay alive. Lead is now within 10 again. Subbing in is Elizabeth Tabling to serve. Tabling will serve from the right side. Received by Crummel. Spees gets it to Nolan. Dug up by Van Ort. Tipped by Carson Tyler, unable to go. Nolan once more. Tip from a Cardinal outside hitter.
Detected. Point Bearcats.
Game point
Set
to
points for
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. Brooke Roman will serve.
Mishandling of the ball from Crummel, but she goes to the line to serve. Falls over the net. Slide action from Crow is stuffed at the line. Mackenzie Johnson ends the set with an exclamation point to even this thing out.
We'll see you at 5.
Just heard from the PA announcer. 5-minute break for these two teams. What could be considered halftime. We'll take a short break and come back and unpack everything we've just seen. This crowd is jellyfish jamming, but you're listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paint work on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
Coming back from the 5-minute break. We got some fan action going on here. One of the Ball State assistant coaches trying to save it into hula hoop set on the Cardinal side. I think she got 4 in a minute's time. 7 brew coffee on the line for her section. Unable to bring it home, but fun little serving game. We're now under 3 minutes left, and jumping out at us, outstanding performances from Carson Tyler and Gwen Kroll at Ball State. Tyler already with 26 attacks, halfway to her mark last game against James Madison. Kroll with 15 has 8 kills to her name. Another 15 attacks to Noelle Van Ort, but she has just 5 kills. What does Ball State have to do to come back and win set number 3 here, LJ?
Well, you saw their offense was just clustered in that last match where they were not able to move the ball very well at all, so that's problem number 1. You saw in set number 1, especially the back half of it, they were very consistent with their chemistry, their ball movement, who they were going to, the timing, their rhythm. And in set number 2, that was all off the table. I didn't see any of it. And they were, with that comes the inconsistent spots, the inconsistent communication and talking, and where you're at on the floor. And so you're going to beat yourself up. You're going to make mistakes, which then allows for players like Sydney Nolan and Carly Glendenning to just take over. They dominated, especially Sydney Nolan. She's the reason that they won that match. She was not very present in set number 1. Set number 2 comes out here and takes advantage of the sloppy play from the Cardinals. And that's the reason that the Bearcats looked so good, and the Cardinals looked really, really bad in set number 2. There was not really anything going for them. It was close throughout the first 5-10 points, and after that, the Bearcats kind of took a commanding lead and never looked back. Cardinals have a lot to come out here and play for in set number 2, but the Bearcats have a lot of momentum coming into it.
First set won pretty dominantly, we'd say, by Ball State, but
yeah,
it's been full steam ahead as Cincinnati certainly hoped coming into set 3. They're led by the 10 kills of Sydney Nolan, 18 attacks. She's hitting 389. Sounds about right for someone as productive as her. Second in kills is the 2-punch of Carly Glendenning on 23 attacks. She leads the team. But Gretchen Sigmund has come out today with 5 kills on 18 attacks, hitting at a 222 clip, but able to come through in big moments is the southpaw. Just under 30 seconds before we return to game action. On the court for the Bearcats, Carly Glendenning, Mackenzie Johnson. No, excuse me, that's Elliot Mickelberry. Brooke Crummel is out there. Kayla Hostetler is out there. Andy Spees returns to the hardwood. Gretchen Sigmund, as we mentioned before, is there too.
You mentioned it. We will see Elliot Mickelberry for the first time, the 6'2 freshman, out here for the Bearcats in set number 3.
Mickelberry will do off against Riley Whitlock, and what's interesting about them is Whitlock is here, a hometown kid from Lafayette, Indiana, the pride of Harrison High School, various program records there. Mickelberry's from Lafayette too, just Colorado. The difference between the two cities, 16 hours and 16 minutes separating them. That's 1,103 miles. Trip runs through Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, before finally reaching Colorado. That's a long road trip, LJ.
Yeah, I would not want to make that drive. It's, my family, I grow up driving everywhere, and I have driven to Colorado, and it's not one that I would recommend. I'd bite the bullet and hop on a plane.
A lot of gas station stops there. Sigmund will have the first attack. Lands home as there's a miscommunication between Ledbetter and the outside hitter Carson Tyler. First point will go to Cincinnati. That's been the case for all 3 sets already. Gillespie will be the first server for these Bearcats. Her serve knuckleballs over. Green sends it on a slide action to Kroll. Tyler saves it from being another Bearcat point. Glendenning free balls it over, dug up by Tyler. Green, another slide action to Kroll. This time it'll work. Ball State responds with their leader in kills.
That was all set up by the powerful swing of Van Ort in the back row to get the defense of the Bearcats off, allowed the Cardinals to reset on the next offensive possession, get a nice point to even this one up at a 1.
Van Oort attacks from the left side. Krull keeps it back up. Meeting in the middle. Van Oort gets it over. Sliding save from Lindsey Green. Attack from Carson Tyler from the back row. Gillespie to set. Sigmund. Her attack goes out of bounds, but not before hitting the hands of Gwen Krull. Cincinnati leads once more. The kids in front of us are screaming, LJ.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out what they're screaming at, but now I see him. Charlie Cardinal over in the corner behind the Cardinals bench was hyping them up, asking, I can't hear you.
Carson Tyler back row attack.
Attack out of bounds.
Unable to hit a Bearcat fingertip. Another point for Cincinnati on an often rare service or attack error, from Carson Tyler. Sigmund will rise, tabling the dig, up to Green. Carson Tyler from the back row puts a little too much mustard on it.
Point Bearcats.
Yeah, that was loaded with mustard, Dylan. I mean, wow, that came flying. You blinked, you missed that. That swing and where the ball went, way out.
Charlie Cardinal approaching some of these kids. It's pandemonium as Lindsey Green gets a kill from the middle. Man, celebrity figure here in Muncie, Indiana is the likes of Charlie Cardinal. Gwen Krull will serve from the left side. Dug up by Spies. Gillespie to set. Attacked by Nolan. Through the arms of tabling for yet another kill.
Yeah, I wonder if Charlie Cardinal has the ability. I mean, he's definitely got a lot of influence here on these kids. I wonder if he could get them to cheer when they're supposed to cheer, maybe boo when they're supposed to boo. Because there's play going on. None of them are watching the play. Their eyes are on Charlie Cardinal, and they're just screaming.
Hard not to watch right now. But Lindsey Green with another kill over the middle. Charlie Cardinal being overwhelmed by 6'7s and Riz faces from these elementary school kids. Anything to get the attention of the big red bird. Attack from Nolan is dug up by Green. Free balled over by Noel Van Oort. Crummel's attack over the middle. This time Carson Tyler's back row attack. Nolan tries to save it.
Carson Tyler with the kill.
Headed over to the press area. Wasn't able to be corralled by these Bearcats, but man, a lot of energy here for Charlie Cardinal.
If the 6'4" Sydney Nolan can't reach it along that table, I don't think anyone can. That play was dead.
Green sends it to Weiss over the middle. Another kill for Cam Weiss. Her attack percentage at .356 is third best in the Mid-American Conference, and it showed right there. Career high in 1.89 kills per set. She's got one more there. Quick response from Brooke Crummel, though, as her kill falls out of the hands of Lindsey Green. A lot of high fives to our right from one Charlie Cardinal. Folk hero here in Muncie.
And that goes up to
Crummel's serve will sail out of bounds. Cardinals tie this up at 6. Nothing short of chaotic. Just another day in Muncie. Serve from Noel Van Oort. Middle attack from Andy Spies. Whitlock sets it up to Carson Tyler, who slams it in the corner of the court. Cardinal lead after another kill from Carson Tyler. She's now in double figures.
That was a lot of power behind that swing. The Cardinals lead 7-6.
Van Oort to serve from the left side once more. Dug up by Johnson. Spies the attack. Nolan, that is, now does it once more. Green sets it up to Weiss. Did it stay in bounds? It did. 8-6 for these Cardinals. Set 3 narrow again, but early lead for the Cardinals. Hoping to be back in business just like in set 1. Serve from Van Oort on the left side. Set up by Spies. Attack from Nolan. Slams into Sophie Ledbetter's arm. and falls on the hardwood.
The part about volleyball that I do not understand, I mean, you just saw it right there. Van Oort and Ledbetter run into each other. Miscommunication. They get up, high five, smile about it, and it's the next play. It's amazing how they just, the attitude of a volleyball player takes a lot of joy, I feel like, to be able to get over things that quick, and you have to in a sport like this.
Well, there's culture and tradition of high-fiving, coming together after every point. Just a lot of positivity, and great way to go about it in sport. Ledbetter serve, response from Sydney Nolan. Ledbetter responds with a dig. Carson Tyler slams it, but Gillespie gets the save. Nolan once more, dug up by Van Oort. Green to Kroll, saved by Spies. Nolan again, this time blocked from Whitlock and Kroll. Now we're on the other side. The southpaw can't bring it home. Action to Carson Tyler. Dug up by Van Oort. Green to Tyler again. This time it lands home. Long rally, capped off with a thumping kill by Carson Tyler.
The last time the Bearcats took a timeout, the Cardinals took off in set number 1. They take a timeout here where the Cardinals lead by 3. They definitely look much stronger than they did in set number 2. The Bearcats a little shook, but the Cardinals also just playing with a whole lot of confidence.
Tyler with only 3 attack errors, hitting .242, 11 kills on 33 attacks. Glenn Kroll almost in double figures with her 17 attacks. Leads the team in hitting percentage at a 41.2% clip. Looking back at Cincinnati, Sydney Nolan's attack number now goes to 24. We've heard her name over and over, but Glendenning still leads in attacks with 25. Tyler leads the way with attacks at 33. We have 6 combined players in double figures in attacks, 3 of them over 20 being from the visiting side.
Something that we haven't really talked about a whole lot is the amount of digs that Lily Gillespie has over here. She's got 16. The ball has been coming her way, and not only has it been flying at her where she's had to take it on the shoulder, take it on the, one went off her head. She's been all over the place, but she's also been sliding in. She has a pancake. She's been all over the place for the Bearcats in a defensive weapon that they have used throughout the first 2.5 sets.
She epitomizes the ideal libero, extending consistently, wearing things on the chest, on the shoulder, on the upper body. Been a heart for this team, a heartbeat. Ledbetter's serve, the Cardinals libero, falls out of bounds. Sydney Nolan will attack, this time from the service line. So with the lead being just 2, number 2 will serve. From the right side, dug up by Van Oort. Green sends it to Tyler. Tomahawk slam for the New York Kid. Another kill for the sophomore.
Carson, the 3-time New York Gatorade Player of the Year. Gatorade Player of the Year, 3-time state champ. And she has brought all of that success here to Muncie, Indiana.
Elizabeth Tabling serves from the left side, saved by Sigmund Gillespie, will have to free ball it over. Set up by Green, slide action from Kroll, somehow able to go to the Ball State side. That ball is gyrating, but Carson Tyler tries and fails to add yet another kill to her resume.
How did that ball get over for Cincinnati? That was a no-look one-hand, and it kind of just spun the right way.
A lot of just throwing your arm up and hoping for the best. This time to the avail of Cincinnati. Another slide action for Kroll. Won't land home. Gillespie to set. Sigmund to spike. Saved by Ledbetter. Green just tips it over. Sydney Nolan will see one more. Off the hands of Carson Tyler, stopping the rally.
Ledbetter's just out here running around all over the place. Looked like she was ready to take that one. Unable to get to it. But a whole lot of hustle from both squads in scrambling and making it work.
Gillespie, the Bearcat libero, serves, but both have been sprawling about. One more dig for Gillespie, why not? Middle attack from Crummel goes over the head of Krull and out of bounds.
Yeah, just a little too much on that touch there from Crummel. Smart from the Cardinals just to let that one go.
Carson Tyler serves from the right side. Glendening sees one more attack, dug up by Ledbetter. Van Oort from the left side, unable to bring it home. Glendening stuffed by Gwen Krull.
Send it back. Ball State.
The set just a little in front of Glendening. She had to go chase it and loft it over, unable to get the swing that she's been using to her success today. The Cardinals benefit from it.
Second block for Gwen Krull on the night as a Bearcat attack falls out of bounds. Tyler will serve once more. Cincinnati hoping for a side out here. Sophomore rises again. Krull to receive. Green, a one-timer attack, will fall home for her third kill of the night. 3 kills from the Ball State setter as we approach immediate timeout.
That timeout that the Bearcats took when it was 10-7, they came out and went on a 3-1 lead. The Bearcats had cut it to 11-10, and now the Cardinals 4 straight unanswered to head into the media timeout here in set number 3. They look a lot better here on this near side of the court than they do on the far.
6 different players have a kill for this Ball State team, but one of the things of note, so many players on this team are injured and many of them are offensive. We haven't seen any time from Anaya Kennedy from an injury this year, Katie Eganoff, the standout senior. We haven't seen anything from her, and Maddie Buckley also with no time in 2025. So not only has this team been so productive on offense, they're not even fully healthy.
Yeah, that's a great point to bring up too, something that isn't really being talked about. But at the same time, that's how the season plays really in any sport. If you're able to win and compete early in the season without being fully healthy, you know you have a good squad. You're deep, and that gives you confidence heading in not only to conference play, and you're not, as a team, you're not going to be looking ahead at tournament play yet by any means. But as a coach, you know that's down the road, and if you can play really well and compete, not at full strength, that gives you a lot of confidence later on into the season. Because you know if some players are down, you have girls that'll step up.
These cards are 4 and 5 in non-conference play, but projected second in the MAC preseason poll. Two-handed tack from Van Oort. Guts to the other side. Gillespie has to free ball it over. Slide action to Krull again, this time out of bounds. Lead cuts within 4.
That was a great spot there from Van Oort, but the scramble from the Bearcats keeps it alive, and then a mistake on the Cardinal offense gives the Bearcats a point out of the media timeout.
As we said, with the injuries, it's given significantly more time to Noelle Van Oort and Riley Whitlock. The two of them showing just how much depth this Ball State offense has. Attack from the back row by Gretchen Sigmund goes out of bounds, a little too far for the Cardinal point.
Cardinal service from Gwen Krull.
So Gwen Krull will serve from the left side. 9 kills on 20 attacks, 2 blocks to her name.
Cincinnati sub.
Subbing in for Cincinnati is Janelle Green, the setter. Not much time this year, just 3 appearances, most recently against Ohio on the 4th. Last year, played just 1 match before redshirting, labeled as a redshirt freshman, standing 5'9". Miscommunication from these Cardinals as Tyler and Van Oort unable to corral that ball. Back within 4 for Cincinnati.
Those are the tough ones to watch back in film where you're just handing them points. Miscommunication, sliding in and almost colliding. Obviously, better to give them the point than to injure each other, but nevertheless, you don't want to be beating yourself up like that.
It's where a loud crowd becomes a disadvantage. It's hard to hear, I got it. No, I got it. Van Oort with the kill from the left side. Brings it back to 5. Lindsey Green will serve. We're back to the normal serve rotation. Subbing back in is Riley Whitlock, so the front row will be Whitlock, Van Ort, and Weiss. Service ace for Lindsey Green. Adds one more, now 6 on the year. She leads the team.
Charlie Cardinal trying to walk down some stairs right now, being swarmed like if LeBron James was here. I mean, oh my goodness.
Attack from Blotzer won't go. Carson Tyler, back row attack over the middle. The set from Green. Glendening has to free ball it over. Green to Weiss. Able to get a fingertip on it, but rolls off the net and out of bounds. Just unable to get any motion on there is Cam Weiss.
The timing was not even remotely close there. Just a miscommunication and slip up from the Cardinals. If they would have been able to score there, I think that could have been something that would have been added to the offense.
Uncharacteristic of Weiss, she has 4 kills on 8 attacks so far. Attack by Nolan. Dug up by Ledbetter. Diving is Noelle Van Ort, unable to bring it up.
Kelly Miller-Phillips expressing her thoughts on that and sharing them with Sophie Ledbetter, giving her some encouragement afterwards, but just an error right there from the libero.
29 combined kills between Sigmund, Glendening, and Nolan. 37 for this team total.
Some good math. Quick, good math right there, Dylan.
Thank you. Noelle Van Ort will come in to serve from the left side after getting another kill. She now has 6 on 22 attacks, hitting at 174. Excuse me, now it's her 7th kill.
Wow.
Big swing over the block.
That was a lot of power right there from Sydney Nolan.
Nolan had another kill, thunderously slamming that ball home.
Back in to serve, Andy Spees.
So Andy Spees will come back to the line to rise once more. Eerie silence until she sends it over. Dug up by Van Ort, slammed by Sydney Nolan.
Pass kill, White Bearcats.
Just one hit for the Cardinals, and Sydney Nolan says, no, sir. Lead is now within 3. Timeout taken by Cincinnati.
Yeah, that's a lot of power on that swing. I don't know anyone that can react quick enough. And also, if you're standing there, that might go over the Jumbotron if you can even make contact with it. Sydney Nolan, right time, right spot, and hammers it down to cut it to a 3-point deficit for the Bearcats. Cardinals 1 away from getting to the 20-point mark, but the Bearcats still hanging around in set number 3.
Cincinnati right on their heels. Sydney Nolan, Offensive Player of the Week for the Big 12 last week. She's showing it here. 42 kills in her last 3 games, including 17 against Illinois State. In her first 3 games, she came out swinging 57 kills in her first 3. Just ever impressive from the Kentucky native. Transferred here from UNC 2 years ago. She was an ACC all-freshman. She's had double-digit kills in every game, most notably 21 on August 29th against Wake Forest. 17 kills against Illinois State in 5 sets. She's got 14 through a little under 3 now. On pace to have more than her last game, potentially on pace to have more than that Wake Forest number, season high for her. Serve from Spees goes out of bounds, out of the timeout. And as you said, those Cardinals now at that 20 spot. Ledbetter will serve from the left side. Attack from Sigmund lands into the arms of Reese Axness, but all the way to the Cardinals bench.
Sydney Nolan back to serve.
The ever-dangerous Sydney Nolan now goes to the line. Knuckleballed over, Van Ort the dig. To Axness, to Whitlock. She saves it after a stuff from Cincinnati. Ledbetter has to free ball it over. Gillespie to Spies to Nolan, tipped by Tyler. Axness the recovery. Tyler a tipping attack, saved by Nolan. Gillespie tries to free ball it over, but violation is called, and the Cardinals are at 21.
Yeah, that was a really, really sloppy point. No matter who scored that one, it was a whole lot of scrambling on both sides, jumping over each other. But the Cardinals luck out, get to the 21 mark.
Subbing in is the setter, Lindsey Green, and Tabling, who made the serve. Serve from the left side. She now has a dig. Brought up to Gwen Crow. Two Bearcats dive for it. Now Sigmund on the attack. Ledbetter the dig. Green gets it to Tyler. Slams home and inbounds. Cardinals at 22 on Tyler's 14th kill.
A perfect spot in the back left corner where no Bearcats were hanging around. They try and make it in time, unable to do so. The power of Carson Tyler.
Can't place it much better. Sydney Nolan's attack won't go. That's Glendening. She gets one more. Dug up by Van Ort. Green gets it to Tyler. Falls out of bounds for the White. Cardinals within 2 of regaining a set lead.
That was a really long set over to Tyler, but the timing on it was smooth and perfect.
Tabling will serve from the left side. Sigmund the recovery. Spies gets it to Glendening. Blocked by Kroll and Green. Falls out of bounds on a miscommunication. We are at game point. Cardinals 1 point away from being 2-1 in this matchup. Arms flapping for game point. Tabling the serve. Just a topper to Sigmund. Spies fights for it. Gillespie tries to get it over, but Cincinnati will lose the third set on a whimper. Ball State takes the third, 25-17. Electric for these two teams. This has been a lot of fun, LJ.
It's been really good volleyball. 1 and 2. Excuse me. Yeah, 1 and 2 were very different. Obviously, one started off very, very close. It was back and forth through the first 15 points. And then after the media timeout, we go back to it. The Cardinals took over and controlled that set. Really, it felt like from the jump in set number 2, the Bearcats had things under control. And the Cardinals bounced back in set number 3 with a very, very important and good win for them. 25-17.
So this is not the first time Daniela Tomic and Kelly Miller-Phillips have squared off, but it is the first time that Tomic will in Cincinnati black and red. The two team coaches have squared off repeatedly when Tomic was at Bowling Green for the past 13 years. A lot of championship matches between the two of them. The MAC championship was faced off in 2022, 2021, and 2019. The two latter were won by Kelly Miller-Phillips and Ball State, but most recently was 22, where Tomic and her Bowling Green State Falcons took the victory. Interestingly enough, these two have played each other 15 times coming into today. Kelly Miller-Phillips leads 8-7, but at Worthen Arena, Tomic leads 6-2. At Bowling Green, Kelly Miller-Phillips was 5-0. They're 1-1 in neutral spots. Tomic has won the last 3. Cardinals are hoping to change that today. Their most recent matchup playoff-wise was in 2023 when Tomic and Bowling Green beat this Cardinal team in the MAC quarterfinals. They would go on to lose the MAC championship to Western Michigan. But with all that being said, storied history between these two coaches that have done so much for their respective programs.
Yeah, a lot of respect between these two. And something else to note, Tomic, after the win against Illinois State, which was won in 4 sets, that gave her her 400th career win as a coach. Both of them very successful and a great hire for Cincinnati. after Tomich had a lot of success at Bowling Green. She's looking to bring that to Cincinnati. Success does not happen overnight. It takes time, and she knows that, and she's ready to take that time and give that time to the Bearcats volleyball program. It'll be interesting to see how they do under her in year number 1 once they start conference play. But nevertheless, you talked about the success that she's had here in Worthen Arena. That was in different colors. Today, the Cardinals have looked a little bit better than the Bearcats. I wouldn't go to say they've looked a lot because of how well the Bearcats looked in set number 2. It was clear and away the most dominant set that we've had between the three. But the close ones, the Cardinals have been able to pull off, especially in that last one, a strong finish from Carson Tyler where she took control. You saw a lot of confidence from her teammates in her, finding ways to get her the ball in different ways. And once you can get it to her and the timing's lined up, just trust her and let her go to work. They were able to do that, and Ball State took set number 3, looking to finish this one off in set number 4.
When Tyler's hitting a consistent 250 on the year, her 4.16 kills per sets are second in the match. It's hard not to trust a player of that caliber, but milestones for both of these head coaches. We just mentioned Tomich's 400th career win. Kelly Miller-Phillips last year found herself with 100 Mid-American Conference career wins. As our first point is won by Carson Tyler, kill from the right side. First time all day the Cardinals have won the first point of the set. Ledbetter will serve from the right side. That ball unable to get over the top of the net, and we're knotted up at 1 apiece. To serve for Cincinnati will be Brooke Crummel.
Just a little off on that serve, left it a little too short.
Crummel gets it to Van Ort. Green to Tyler, slams it home. Set number 4, starting off the arm of Carson Tyler.
Oh my goodness, I mean, the power. And how precise the pinpoint was on that one. Placed right at that front line.
Elizabeth Tabling sends it over. Spees to Nolan. The standout responds with a kill of her own.
Right back at us. Back and forth. Nolan and Tyler. That's the way you want it, though, as a spectator. And on our side as the broadcaster. Both of the players that we are here to watch for going at it in set number 4 early.
85 kills between these two teams. Nolan and Tyler share the bulk of them on their respective sides. 32 between the two of them. Tyler tries for one more. Stuffed by the Bearcat offense. She'll go again, but hit by Spees. Gillespie sends it to Sigmund. Blocked by Kroll. Tipped by Van Ort. To the Bearcat side. Now knotted up. Excuse me, Cincinnati now has the lead at 3-2. Looked like a scoring issue on our scoreboard. We're knotted up at 2-2. Serving for Cincinnati will be Andy Spees, the 5'10" sophomore from Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. She serves from the left side. Ledbetter the dig. Green sends it to Tyler. Tips it over, saved by Spees. Gillespie tries to get it up. Nolan gets it over, but Nolan blocks the Cardinal attack as they scramble, taking advantage of a missed opportunity. Now 4-2 for Cincinnati.
Tabling played that a little short. Was ready for the touch, not the dump. And that went right over her head, unable to get to it. As the Bearcats now double the score of the Cardinals.
Carson Tyler's kill results in a Bearcat scramble, but Gillespie will free ball it over. Tyler again just tips it. Mean at the middle, and Sigmund beats Tyler. 20 beating 20. Now 5-2 for Cincinnati. We're on pace to go to 5 sets, LJ. What a treat that would be, huh? And some great volleyball on both sides. So Spees will bring it over from the right side. Diving forward is Ledbetter. Slide action from Krull, saved by Spies. Gillespie to Nolan. Spiked, but Van Oort gets the dig. Meet at the middle. Green tries to top it over Sydney Nolan. Tyler slams it, but is stuffed by Gretchen Sigmund and Tatiana Simunovic. One of the concerns we had coming into today, LJ, the front row of Ball State standing significantly shorter than that of the Cincinnati Bearcats. Spies to serve once more. Ledbetter the dive, Axness the dive, set over by Van Oort. Nolan adds one more kill. Now it's 17, hitting .433. Timeout called from the Cardinals, who are scrambling to get anything going.
I'm honestly shocked that timeout wasn't taken earlier, even though it's so early into set number 4. They just look clustered. The Bearcats looked so smooth and confident. After it was 1-1, Bearcats have really taken off. 6-1 run.
Worthen Arena is swag surfing as we have a minute left of this timeout, but Sydney Nolan, 17 kills to her name, and man, all of them have been screamers today.
We talked about before the match, I asked you how many kills do you think she has? You said she matches her previous game with 17, and well, I hate to break it to you, but I'm gonna take the over now on your 17 line. I think she gets at least one more.
Yeah, 17 kills to her name already as we're in just the outset of set 4, but for me to be right means they don't go to her again, and I think that's a very slim chance.
Yeah, I don't know if you have a better chance of getting struck by lightning than not going to her again. I mean, my goodness, I can guarantee you they're gonna go to her again. Just like I can guarantee you, when it says make noise on the Jumbotron, these kids are gonna make noise. They don't really know what they're making noise for, but they are making noise. There's a whole lot of screaming, yelling, jumping up and down, waving your arms in the air. I'm sure this is a blast for the teachers, but this is something that the kids will remember for a long time, and a really fun event that Ball State Athletics puts on.
It's a fun game every year, and you know you're in for a treat, especially when we have the pleasure of calling games like this. Spies serves it to Tabling. Back row attack from Van Oort won't go. Spies this time to Sigmund. Pangles trying to scramble to get it back up, but under the net for Ball State to score. These Cardinals, every time they've called timeout, they've scored right out of the gate, generally in bunches, 2 or 3. Carson Tyler trying to extend that. Bring their team to 4. Spies to Nolan. Dug up by Ledbetter. Axness gets it to Van Oort. Her kill won't go. Spies back row attack by Glendening. Hit high in the air by Tabling. This time the kill from Van Oort will go. And Ball State, as we've seen time and time again today, scoring out the timeout. Van Oort with her 8th kill. Tyler to serve from the left side. Spies to Nolan. There's number 18, LJ. Slams it into the hands of Carson Tyler. And just like that, better than her Illinois State day.
If you're blocking and your hands are not in the right spot or do not touch that ball when Sydney Nolan swings, I'm sorry, but that's going to be a point for the Bearcats.
Just got to put your arms down and hope for the best at that point. Middle attack from Reese Axness will go. She's credited with her first kill of the year. Coming in, she had an attack percentage of -500. This time, hoping to get back in the positives as Glenn Kroll serves to Gillespie. Glendening to Tyler. Served by Axis, or set, excuse me. Cardinals scramble and ball finds it behind their offense. Serving now is Lily Gillespie. 28 digs in her last 3 games. She's got a number today as well. Slide action from Cam Weiss works once again. Cardinals showing a big-time priority with that slide action. Countless kills from Cam Weiss and Gwen Crow as you see them rotate to that outside hitter spot. Axness to serve. Set up by Spies to Sigmund, dug up by Axness. Ledbetter the assist. Carson Tyler back row attack. Over and into the black of the court, out of bounds.
Gretchen Sigmund serving.
Serving that was Gretchen Sigmund. Axness the serve. Middle attack from Carson Tyler. They now return to their rotation. Ledbetter the set. Axness one more. Weiss up the middle, won't go. Axness again, this time to Noelle Van Oort. Off the fingertips of a Bearcat. Cardinals score again.
Van Oort's been hitting very well in set number 4 from that spot. A lot of power in her swing.
9 kills now for the transfer. Tyler to serve. Spies the set to Glendening off the hands of Riley Whitlock, but will go out of bounds. Credited with the kill is Glendening, but will play at its finest.
Glendening was so hot in set number 1, in set number 2, and since then has really cooled off. Still a factor, but hasn't necessarily taken over the match, the sets, as she was early on.
13 kills now to her name. She sends the serve over. Carson Tyler's kill will doink off the hands of Crummel and find its home on the hardwood. Tyler now with 18 kills on 54 attacks, nearing a career high in attacks. She had 55 last game, just 2 away from matching that best. Nolan will get one more. Kill from Tyler, won't go. Spies with a middle attack. Handful of kills from both setters today, RJ. It's been fun up the middle.
It's been real sly from the setters.
It seems like any one of these players could slam it home at any moment. Serve now from Crummel, won't go over. Lead is now within 3.
Yeah, they needed that one. The Cardinals needed that one right there. Just a service error, give them a little bit extra time to rest, and still very, very competitive game. Close game here in set number 4. All is in front of both squads.
Tabling's knuckleball set up by Spies. Nolan, one more kill off the head of Noelle Van Oort.
Ouch.
Not much you can do there.
No, there's really not. That's a tough one to cover.
So Gillespie will return to the floor, Serve now from Spies. Touched by Tabling. Slide action from Krull, unable to set it up. Tyler goes for one on the right side. Spies to Nolan, dug up by Ledbetter. Set by Tabling. Carson Tyler, dug up by Nolan. Miscommunication from Cincinnati, has to be free-balled over. Ledbetter to Axness, to Tyler, won't go. Spies to Nolan, stuffed by Gwen Crow. Long rally here, tries to be stopped. Cardinals fighting for it, free-balled over. Unable to get over the lattice. It was Reeks Axness's ball. Fun rally, but tiring one at that.
Yeah, it looked like the length of it got to Noelle Van Oort as went right through her hands.
So Spies will serve once more. Serving from the right side, her ball gyrates over to Elizabeth Tabling. The serve to Tyler, or the set to Tyler won't go. Sails out of bounds for another attack error. She now has 7.
You could see what she was thinking there, and not necessarily the wrong idea, but that's a tough play to make, especially when you're down 9-14. Just give them an extra point, and it's now the Bearcats are up to 15 there.
That attack was number 57 from Carson Tyler, a career best for her. MAC Freshman of the Year last year, first team All-MAC, showed to be one of the best outside hitters we have in this conference, and is projected to have a higher workload and be even better. She now serves from the left side. Nolan gets it. Spies brings it over to Sigmund. Axness the serve, this time to Van Oort. Two-handed attack won't go. Spies to Sigmund.
Off the fingers.
Sigmund with the
Point
kill.
Bearcats.
We're now at 16-10
Nolan will serve.
Cincinnati.
Who's ever played on the far side has not won a set yet, and that's where the Cardinals are right now.
Serve from Nolan, brought up by Tabling, set up by Axness. Carson Tyler, back row attack. She is unstoppable.
Ball State. Gwen Kroll serving.
Unbelievable from Carson Tyler. Gwen Kroll serves now from the far right side. Glendening, 2 touches on this rally. Unable to bring it home though. Back row attack from Tyler. Sliding dig by Gillespie. Sigmund tries it, the lefty won't go. Two-handed attack from Van Oort, placed perfectly in the back corner. These Cardinals are rallying and fast.
A wonderful placement, like you just said. Couldn't be any better. Just out of the reach of the Bearcats.
Gwen Kroll has herself a service ace. These Cardinals are coming back, LJ. Timeout taken by Cincinnati. Dancing now seen on the Ball State bench. All smiles return.
Our 2 impact players, Sydney Nolan and Carson Tyler, both with 19 kills, back and forth. You said it. Tyler has been so commanding in the last couple moments for the Cardinals. She's a real tough cover in general, but when her confidence has been boosted and she's rolling, there's nothing else you can do but take a timeout and hope that that slows the momentum down. That's exactly what the Bearcats have done. Don't get me wrong, they are still leading by 3, but it looked like it was nothing but Bearcats. They were just going to roll through set number 4, but the Cardinals have fought back 3 straight, and it was needed to bring it back in within 3 for the Cardinals. Bearcats need to come out hot and get a stop.
With one of those kills by Van Oort, she now puts herself at 10. That's a double-double once more this year. 13 digs to her name already. 30 attacks, 10 kills, just 4 attack errors. This woman from Indiana Tech has been outstanding. 2-time NAIA third-team All-American. Big-time transfer addition for this Ball State team. She's had 10 kills in every game but 1 this year. Immediate impact in the absence of those offensive stars like Anaya Kennedy and Katie Huguenot. Worthen erupts once more as the Cardinals are back on the court. Gwen Kroll with 2 straight service aces. Man, timeout came for some adjustments in Cincinnati, and they make the same mistake again. The lead is within 2 as Kroll serves from the right side. Gillespie brings it up. Attack from Glendening. Dug up by Kroll. To Axness. To Tyler, back row attack. This time it'll land home. Lead is within 1.
Something else to note for the Bearcats, Sydney Nolan resting on the bench. Although they still have the lead, it's only by 1, and it's starting to get later and later into set number 4.
Glendening the attack, places it well inside the gap. Cincinnati will extend their lead once more. This time it's 17-15 in set number 4. Cardinals lead 2-1, but 10 points separates them from winning this game. 8 points for Cincinnati, and we go to set 5. Slide action from Weiss won't go. Completely stuffed by Simunovic and Krummel. That lead goes back to 3 now. Serving now is Gillespie, the libero from the left side. Ledbetter the dig. Axness has to save it. Free balled over from Carson Tyler. Spies to Glendening. Out of bounds, but off the hands of Weiss.
That's going to be challenged. Yep.
Kelly Miller-Phillips showing the green card. We're going to go to review.
That was real quick. They did not discuss that at all along the bench of the Cardinals. She grabbed that green card real quick, walked straight over to the ref, and explained what she saw versus what they saw. Cardinals, this would be a big one to get back.
Ball landed out of bounds, but the question is, did it hit the hands of Cameron Weiss? We won't get a review on the Jumbotron. It was such a bang-bang play. Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
No clue. Yeah.
But Coach Kelly Miller-Phillips seems pretty confident in this one.
She had a better look at it. You know, she's right there. It was right along the line closest to her, and arguably the furthest line from us. So, yeah, it's a tough one for us to have a definite answer on, but the officials will come up with a definite answer here in the moment soon. The Cardinals were hot. We're on a roll. The timeout. Coming out of it, the Cardinals got another point, and it was another sloppy play from the Bearcat defense, but since then the Bearcats have figured things out offensively while the Cardinals have still hung around. This would be a huge challenge to be reversed and go the Cardinals' way instead of a 4-point game. Obviously, it's a 3-point game, but 19 versus 18, although it's just 1 point, that's a big difference when you look up at the scoreboard. Because once you get to 20, it's tough to come back from that if you're still down by 4 or 5.
Our friends in the blue polo over the press box table.
Looks like we have 3 blue polos and then a blue quarter zip. Up here, I'm rocking the quarter zip. Dylan has the polo. Some variety between the two.
Still a dispute at the press box. Looks like a decision is about to be made. 2 officials discussing. The Worthen crowd looks on.
Wow.
Ball stands. Point Bearcats.
After further review, it is Cincinnati's point. Went off the hands of Cam Weiss indeed. It'll be 19-15 Bearcat advantage. 6 points here for the visitors would bring us to a 5-set match. As a reminder, those only go to 15. So not the full 25 just yet, but Gillespie and her Bearcats will try and change that. Carson Tyler says no, though.
Super spike. Point. Ball state.
Tabling comes out for Reese Axness. The freshman setter will serve here. Hers goes out of bounds. Tough break for the freshman. Just a young mistake in a critical situation.
Gretchen Sigmund serve.
So Gretchen Sigmund's left arm will start this rally. Dug up by Tyler. The attack from Van Ort will land after a little roll from the net.
Yeah, very gracious roll from the net.
Bit of a lucky bounce for these Cardinals, but home crowd will not complain. Van Ort will serve from the far right side. Attack from Glendening, stuffed by Whitlock. Goes up once more, this time Ledbetter the dig. Carson Tyler won't go. Ledbetter recovers. Axness to Tyler again. Tipping attack. Bearcats are scrambling. Free balled over by Hostetler. Van Ort. Axness. Whitlock. Gillespie to save. Spees this time to Glendening. Free balled over. Weiss sets it up to Axness to Carson Tyler. Won't go. One more attack from Glendening. This time it lands home. Long, sustained rally ends in a Carly Glendening kill.
That's a really tough loss for the Cardinals. You just talked about it. Super long, hard-fought, scrambling win for the Bearcats, and back into the game comes Sydney Nolan.
Glendening to serve. Axness, Tyler, slams it home. They're not done yet. One of the better servers on this Cardinals squad is Sophie Ledbetter. She now serves from the right side. Gillespie the dig. Spies to Crummel. Slide action from Brooke Crummel will result in the Bearcats being just 3 points away from bringing us to set 5.
This has been the closest match from start to where we are right now. 4 points separate them.
Now serving is Izzy Buzignani, 6'1" freshman with just one appearance on the year against Wake Forest. She had a service error. She now has another one. Just 2 chances to come in, both times on the year being service errors. She gets subbed out for Brooke Crummel. On the Cardinals side, Elizabeth Tabling will serve. The sophomore from Edgewood, Kentucky flies it over. Gillespie the dig. Spies to Nolan. Smacked, but Ledbetter saves it. Carson Tyler over her head. Free ball's one over. Nolan again. This time it's up again from Van Ort. Tyler, her own response. Gillespie the save. Set up by Simunovic. Nolan again. Carson Tyler with the save. Over the head of Van Ort. Ledbetter free balls it over. Gillespie, Spies, Nolan won't go. Carson Tyler, can she end it? She can! Carson Tyler putting this team on her back. 22 kills for the sophomore. Timeout, Cincinnati.
That's strong right there from Carson Tyler. Wow. The ability to hang in there mentally and physically. Been all over the place for the Cardinals. And still has the power behind her swing to get that one up and out.
Here comes Charlie Cardinal, walking the sideline, hyping up all these kids. It is field trip day, as we've said before, and man, it is noticeable.
Yeah, thankfully we have these headphones on, and you guys can still hear it, whether you're in your car, back at home, at work, wherever you are listening, you can hear it, but take the headphones off and oh my goodness, it's even louder.
My goodness, it's hard to hear yourself think without these things on.
Yeah, these kids are definitely enjoying themselves out here, and how could you not? Some great volleyball in front of them. Whether they know what's going on or not, they're making noise, but for those who do know what's going on, a lot of appreciation.
Carson Tyler is 5 kills away from her career best. Her record for attacks was set last game against James Madison at 55. She now has 65. She's got to be tired, but the fans want more. 5 points between the Cardinals and a victory. 3 points for the Bearcats, and we go to set 5. Tabling the serve. Gillespie the save. Spies to Nolan, just tipped over. Tabling, Axness, Tyler, one more for the sophomore. Carson Tyler with 4 kills in the last 9 points. And the lead is within 1. Tabling to serve from the right. Gillespie the dig. Spies, Nolan, this time it'll land just out of bounds. We're tied. These Cardinals are coming from behind in set number 4 and find themselves in a position to win it. Tabling, soft little serve that'll result in an ace. Just enough touch to get it over the net, and the Cardinals have the lead.
A 5-0 run.
Unbelievable. Tabling once more. Gillespie, Spies, Nolan, tipped attack, hit, Axness to Tyler. Hit up by Gillespie, Nolan has to save it. Free balled over by Glendening. Tabling, Axness, Tyler, who else? Won't go. Spies to Nolan. This time, her attack results in success. We're at 23-23, 1 point each from a deuce.
It's about time one of them landed from Sydney Nolan. She hasn't been able to get a real big swing in, but that soft touch ties it up.
Andy Spies, the serve from the right side, dug up. Service ace. for Cincinnati. We're at game point.
Gotta move your feet in the back row.
Timeout is called by Ball State. A minute and a half in this timeout. We'll see if we go to set 5 or if the Cardinals can win in extra. We've got some chants going on. And some kids yell ball, some kids yell state. Getting something going here. Party rock anthem blaring throughout the PA system. We're now just under a minute. Looking at our statistics, Carson Tyler leads the way with 23 kills on 68 attacks. Attack percentage at .235. On the other side, a more productive Sydney Nolan. Just 46 attacks, but hitting at .348. She now has 20 kills on the day. Double-double from Noelle Van Oort, 17 digs, 12 kills on 32 attacks. She's hitting a perfect .250. Now under 30 seconds on the Cardinals side of the floor. Tabling, Ledbetter, Krull, Axness, Tyler, and Van Oort. Returning now are the Bearcats, Gillespie, Simunovic, Nolan, Glendening, Spies, and Sigmund. To serve is Andy Spies from the right side. Game point, Bearcats could take it to 5 right here. Spies dribbles. And the right arm starts the rally. Dig by Ledbetter. Slammed home from Nolan, but saved by Van Oort. Carson Tyler tries to tie it up, and she does! We're going to a deuce. 24-24. Cardinals win it with 2.
When that ball was in the air before Carson hit that, I would have given the Bearcats a high chance to win it.
Looked like Sydney Nolan could have won it pretty early on in that rally. Tyler serves. Attack from Sigmund. Ledbetter the save. Axness to Carson Tyler. Slams home, but out of bounds. Kelly Miller-Phillips immediately pulls out the green card. We're going to go under review.
All right, this one was a little closer. Now, did it come down with a lot of speed? Yes, I'm curious. I don't think we have the ability to track how fast that ball was down, but Carson Tyler hit that one with a lot of power. That's a close one. What do you see, Dylan?
You know, I think it went through the arms of Andy Spies there. She was right side in the back, and she tried to get that dig, but I don't think it hit her. But whether or not it stayed in bounds is the real question. It could have been an advantage that Spies actually missed on her arm.
Yep.
So the score reads 24-25, Ball State. After further review, that ball did go out of bounds. 25-24, it shall remain in set number 4. To serve is the dangerous Sydney Nolan. Nolan serving from the left side, it goes over. Dig from Tyler. Axness to Van Oort. Off the hands of Andy Spies. It's now 27 to win.
I mean, it just looked like a video game right there. It glitched right through all of the Cincinnati defense's hands.
Cam Weiss comes in. Gwen Krull to serve. Gillespie the dig. Spies to Glendening. The call is off the hands of Ball State. Looked like it went out of bounds. Bearcats could win it here.
No more challenges left to the Cardinals' hands either. Tough break.
Not a thrilled face from Kelly Miller-Phillips. This team has to be beyond tired. Gillespie the serve. Ledbetter to Axness to Van Oort. Won't go. Block goes out of bounds. We're going to 28, LJ. Pandemonium here at Ball State. Riley Whitlock comes in for Elizabeth Tabling to serve as Reese Axness, the freshman. Had a service error last time she was at the line. Can she redeem herself? She can. Spies, Glendening, dig by Tyler. Ledbetter gets it to Van Oort. Keeps it in bounds, almost hit the antenna. Sigmund the attack, dug up by Tyler. Cam Weiss attack up the middle is out of bounds. And once more, The Cardinals are against the wall.
Gretchen Sigmund to serve. Set point.
This has been the coming out game for Gretchen Sigmund. 12 kills to her name. She serves, dug up by Tyler. Axness to Van Ort. Slams it on the Bearcat side. We're going to 29.
Van Ort has been so huge.
Cardinals had a comeback win in 5 against Marquette. They were down 11-7 in the 5th set and came all the way back to win. Now seeing this is a never say die team. Spies to Glendening, saved by Axness off the hands of Van Ort. Ledbetter free balls it over. Gillespie, Spies, Nolan off the arm of Ledbetter, unable to get another dig. Bearcats lead at 28-27. Would have been Ledbetter's 20th dig. With a chance to win it. Here's Carly Glendening, saved by Ledbetter. Block from number 2, Sydney Nolan. And just like that, in a 29-27 barn burner, the Bearcats win set 4.
Cincinnati 29, Ball State 27. We are going 5.
Absolute insanity at Worthen Arena.
Yeah, that's a really, really tough break for the Cardinals. But a huge win for the Bearcats. One, not only to keep this match alive, but also just to stay in it, to have the mental strength to stay in it. The Cardinals had a ton of momentum as we neared 20. They went on a 5-0 run and eventually took the lead, the Cardinals did, 23-22. But from that point on, the Bearcats took command and the Cardinals were stuck playing catch-up. They would be down by 1, get it tied, and then the Bearcats would score again. And then they'd tie it up, and then they'd score again. And finally, the Bearcats string 2 in a row together to get the lead and to get the win. 27-29, the final in set number 4, set number 5, and the match deciding one. 2 minutes, 10 seconds away. Don't forget, Dylan, both these teams have games to play tomorrow and Saturday, and so there's a lot of volleyball left this weekend.
Yeah, this is a 3-game stretch for both of these teams, or 3 or 2 for Cincinnati. These Bearcats come in, play Ball State today. They've got Eastern Kentucky tomorrow. Ball State has Purdue, the 11th ranked team in the country tomorrow. You'll be on call with Rowan Elbert on that, our good friend in the SportsLink program. And then on Saturday, I'll be on call with our friend Annika Whitty to watch these Cardinals face the Eastern Kentucky Colonels. Looking at this team right now, do you have any insight as to how that Purdue game's gonna go?
Oh man, Purdue is one of the strongest teams in the country. They're one of the best programs in the country. I'm very curious to see how much energy they have tomorrow, especially going the distance here. You also look at Carson Tyler, who has just almost swung her arm off. I'm curious to see how much juice she has in tomorrow's match. Purdue, I'm curious to see how long, if it starts to go their way in the first 2 sets, do they bring any of the younger bench players in? How deep do they go tomorrow? It'll be interesting to see. But nevertheless, no matter how tired it is, it's a phenomenal test for the Cardinals to play one of the top programs and top teams in the country in the Purdue Boilermakers. And what a privilege it is not only to be on the call with Rowan Elbert, but also that game's here in Worthen Arena, here in Muncie, Indiana. Very cool for the Cardinals to host the Boilermakers. Now, I mentioned it in set number 4, but whoever is on the far side has not won. The Cardinals stuck over there. Curious to see if that continues.
Coming into today, Carson Tyler's kill record, or attack record, was 55. She had 70 in 4 sets alone. Unbelievable performance from this sophomore. 70 total attacks, combined through the team, 157. Tyler has 45% of this team's attacks through 5. On the team, on the floor for Ball State, Carson Tyler, Reese Axness, Riley Whitlock, Sophie Ledbetter, Cam Weiss, Noelle Van Ort. For the visiting Bearcats, the libero Lily Gillespie will come in, joining Mackenzie Johnson, Brooke Crummell, Carly Glendening, Sydney Nolan, and Andy Spees. The first server in set number 5, Reese Axness. A side out and a service error on her last 2 attempts. Gillespie gets it to Nolan. Goes into the 3rd row of Cardinal chaos. What a start for set 5.
Whole lot of power there from Sydney Nolan. Came off like a rocket and shot into the nest.
To serve is Brooke Crummell. From the left side, doesn't go over the net. Early 1-1 tie. Next up in the service rotation, Noelle Van Ort. 15 kills, 18 digs, hitting a .306 attack percentage. Spees. Back row attack by Glendening, dug up by Ledbetter. Carson Tyler, her attack from the left side is tipped by Simunovic, and the Cardinals have their first lead of the set. As a reminder, we're going to 15 in set 5, which I'm sure both teams are happy about, just on their last legs right now. Van Ort serves from the left side. Dug up by Johnson. Spees to Nolan. Tipped by Whitlock and Weiss. Ledbetter, the set. Carson Tyler slams home, but stuffed by Simunovic. Sydney Nolan with another kill. Ledbetter unable to corral it. 2 points, 2 kills for Sydney Nolan. 23 kills to her name today. Andy Spees will serve from the right side. Service ace as Noelle Van Ort makes an error and can't get enough of it. It's now 3-2 Cincinnati. Last time Spees was the server, Cincinnati went on a tear. Ball State can't afford for that to happen again. Van Ort the dig. She now gets the attack. Gillespie the save. Meeting of the middle, Simunovic and Weiss. Cincinnati will win the battle, but Carson Tyler with a kill of her own.
How does that get through, Dylan? I mean, their hands were right there. They made contact. It looked like they were going to stop it. That ball just slowly went through their hands and dropped right by their feet.
When your competition is the 6'3" freshman Simunovic, it's hard to get through, but Carson Tyler able to manage. As the Cardinals have a miscommunication, Riley Whitlock unable to corral that ball. Bearcats lead once more 4-3. Sydney Nolan will serve from the left side. And slams it home. Carly Glendening. Ball State's dig goes over the net, and Carly Glendening snuffs that out quick. Another kill. She's now at 18 on the day. Nolan serves from the left. Dig by Ledbetter. Axness to Kroll. Haven't seen much of Kroll recently, but kill attempt there. She now gets the meeting of the minds and over Tatiana Simunovic. Another kill for the middle blocker.
Elizabeth Tableman returns for Cardinal service.
As we heard on the public address, Elizabeth Tabling comes in to serve from the right side, try and tie this thing up. Sydney Nolan will take a breather. Seams left for Tabling. The ball will not get over the lattice, excuse me.
It's been a long game, Dylan. I don't really blame you. It's tough to, gonna be short of, words, breath. It's been a long one.
Long one, but certainly a lot of fun as Carson Tyler, ball hit the wrong spot of her hand, sails out of bounds. It's now 7-4 Bearcats are halfway there. Media timeout if they go to 8. Serving now is Gillespie. She smacks it into Ledbetter. To Axness, to Tyler. Gillespie with the dig. Spees to Nolan. Tipping attack. Tyler recovers, but now she slams it. Completely stonewalled by Gretchen Sigmund and Brooke Crummel. We're going to go to media timeout after a deflating block from those two front side Bearcats.
Real tough defense from the Bearcats. Like you just said, deflating is the perfect word for it. Bearcats double the Cardinals score right now, 4-8. Nothing has necessarily not worked for the Bearcats. In set number 5, they come into it with the momentum of winning 29-27.
All those starters sitting on the bench, slumped, exhausted, excuse me. Water bottles in hand, they're gonna need them.
Yeah, they definitely are fatigued. Both squads have to be. It's been a long, hard fought 4.5 sets. Cardinals not out of it though. You mentioned earlier how they were down to Marquette in set number 5.
Charlie Cardinal comes out and hits a gritty for the kids. Trying to do anything to hype these kids up. Hot to go playing. Still a wild environment as some of these kids leave to go back to the school.
Can't just sit in Worthen Arena all day. Got some learning to do.
It's been a long day, but hey man, it's been a lot of fun too.
100% has been. Phenomenal volleyball, back and forth. A 5-set match.
Gillespie will serve coming out of the break. SportsLink Digital Radio presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Dylan Budd, LJ Shrieve alongside. We have the pleasure to call a game like this. 7 points between the Bearcats and Victory, 11 for Ball State. Axness to Tyler. Slams it home and the Cardinals are back. Coming out of a timeout, they score once more. And the ball will start in the hands of Carson Tyler again. It seems like anytime she gets her hands on the ball, it leads to a Ball State success. Gillespie the dig, attack from Crummel won't go. Gwen Krull with a kill up the middle. Business as usual for Ball State. Tyler immediately heading back to the service line. She gets it over the lattice. Miscommunication from Cincinnati, but Sigmund with the kill.
The lefty on the right side, point Bearcats. Gretchen Sigmund will
Sophomore
serve.
southpaw has been outstanding today. She now gets the chance to serve. 14 kills for her. Now serves Ledbetter to Axness. Attack was there, wasn't able to go for Cincinnati. Van Ort was the one with the attempt. Carson Tyler back row attack won't go. Spees to Glendening won't go. Gwen Krull up the middle again, this time unable to slam home. Set up from Van Ort. Axness slide action. Krull unable to get a hand on it. Back breaking for Gwen Krull and these Cardinals.
It's a tough slide to get to right there. It's a tough ball.
Just moved a little too fast, LJ. 5 points for the Bearcats until a victory is theirs. Axness the set, attack by Tyler in the back row, it's good.
She's 2 kills away from 30.
That's unbelievable. 79 total attacks. Her right arm has got to be shaken tomorrow morning. Gwen Krull to serve. Dug by Hostetler, Spees. Glendening's bump attempt is blocked comfortably by Weiss and Krull. Timeout is taken by Cincinnati. Minute and a half between timeout and game time, but Cincinnati and his team, lot of pressure here from the Queen City. Cincinnati, known for its heavy German heritage, the largest Oktoberfest in the U.S., was a key stop in the Underground Railroad. Most notably is Findlay Markets, the oldest open-air market in Ohio, opened in 1855. Another novelty of Cincinnati is Skyline Chili, known for their famous chili, used on their conies and three-ways and four-ways, if you know what that is. Have you ever had Skyline, LJ?
I have.
What do you think?
I like Skyline.
I can get behind it.
Yeah, it's not a place that, you know, I'm ever sitting around or hanging around people and I'm like, you know what I'm craving right now? Skyline chili.
Well, rumor has it their secret ingredient in their award-winning chili is chocolate.
I didn't need to know that.
Can throw pretty much anything in chili.
No one needed to know that. That's don't try that at home.
I've heard a lot of secret ingredients in chili. Apples is a good way to go. You know, nice little tang in there. But
Do you cook chili?
I make one every once in a while. You know, we're getting into fall football, women's volleyball season. You know, good time for some chili.
It's a little too hot in here in Muncie, Indiana. It's still a scorching 83 degrees and sunny.
Speaking of scorching, Gwen Kroll's serve, she's been on fire today, but cooled down there as the ball goes into the grid. It's now 11-8, Cincinnati lead. Carly Glendening will serve from the far right side. Glendening, dug up by Ledbetter. Axness, slide action to Weiss. Attack from Nolan goes out of bounds, and the Cardinals get the point.
They're hanging around, Dylan. The Cardinals are hanging around.
Cardinals will make a sub for height as tabling comes out for Riley Whitlock. Tabling at 5'6", Whitlock at 6 foot even. Attack from Nolan is blocked by Whitlock. Carson Tyler has a chance. Over the head of Johnson, but saved by the Bearcats. Andy Spees' free ball gets over the head of every Cardinal. Ball State just getting in their own way to end this game. 3 points away from a Bearcat victory, 6 points away from a Cardinal rally. To serve now, getting her first action is Ava Liederber. Axness to serve, to Van Ort. Completely stuffed by Simunovic and Carly Glendening. Timeout taken by the Cardinals, you have to. Desperation here in Worthen Arena. Streak of 6 straight home openers won in the danger of being snapped. Most notable players from Cincinnati, people from Cincinnati, excuse me, George Clooney and the likes of Presidents Ulysses S. Grant, William Howard Taft, and Benjamin Harrison, all from the great Queen City in Cincinnati. You know, it's called the Queen City because in 1854, a poet named Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, all name team right there, made a poem called Catawba Wine and credited the city as the Queen of the West for its rapid expansion in the 19th century, and it's close to the Ohio River. Good connection there with Kentucky. A lot of these Cincinnati players coming from just across the river, like Sidney Nolan in Florence, Kayla Hostetler in Hebron, Kentucky, among others. The clock reads 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are back in regulation in this high-stakes environment at Worthen Arena. Bearcats have the serve. Liederber, the 5'8" freshman, will come off her arm. Pride of Naperville, Illinois, Bennett Academy. Dug by Tyler. Axness to Tyler. Off the arms of Liederber. Scramble at the bench. Saved by Simunovic. Ledbetter the dig. To Axness, to Weiss up the middle, but saved by Glendening. Attack from Nolan. Ledbetter unable to get an arm on it. We're 1 point away from a Cincinnati Bearcat comeback, shocking win.
That's a deflating one right there for the Cardinals.
Last serve from Cincinnati. It's Ava Liederberg, but it goes out of bounds. Cardinals now in double figures. Have a chance to win it off of the rally, starting on the arm of Noelle Van Oort. She serves from the left side. Simunovic wanted it. Nolan gets the attack, though. Tyler digs it up to Axness, to Weiss up the middle, blocked by Nolan. One more, this time blocked by Simunovic and Sydney Nolan. The Bearcats rush the court, and it's game over. Cincinnati wins in 5, and Ball State at 4-6. Cincinnati 7-2.
A big win for the Bearcats.
Big time. This really was a matchup of height. The amount of blocks, including that final icing on the cake right there, showed time and time again that the height matters so much in the front row. Simunovic, Sydney Nolan, Carly Glendening, Brooke Crummel, all 6'2" and taller, making a big impact on that front line. As for the Cardinals, it's back to the drawing board. They've got Purdue tomorrow in a really interesting game against the 11th best team in the country. LJ Steele, LJ Shrieve, and Rowan Elbert will be on that call. The day after Saturday, Eastern Kentucky duels with the Ball State Cardinals. I'll be on call with Annika Whitty. LJ, any takeaways from a game like this and looking ahead?
I mean, you have to have so much confidence in Tyler Carson and what she did in these moments where she was gassed. I mean, the amount of times she was swinging, but she still showed up and played phenomenal for the Cardinals. She had a loud 28 kills for the Bearcats, a quiet 26 from Sydney Nolan, just slips under the radar there, but still a phenomenal performance from both the two standout players that we had our eyes on coming into this one. The Cardinals, although it is a tough break to lose in 5 at home and to lose their home opener for the first time in 6 seasons, it's not an ideal way to end this one, but it's not something you are super upset about. It's not something to beat yourself up on. There's a lot of things to learn from it. It's early in the year. Conference play hasn't started. And we talked about it earlier, they're still not at full health.
This
so
is true.
There's a lot to take away and a lot to learn, and the Bearcats should be really happy with this win, not only because the Cardinals are a tough non-conference opponent, but also if you're able to win a 5-set match on the road, no matter where it is, who it's against, in order to stay in it when you are down 2-1, it's an impressive win for the Bearcats, and they should come out of here with a smile on their face.
The storied rivalry between Daniela Tomic and Kelly Miller-Phillips. Another installment is now complete. Tomic has won the last 4. This is her first win as a Bearcat, however. As we look to the statistics, Carson Tyler, career highs in kills and attacks. 28 kills on 80 attacks, 225 clip. 12 digs gave her a double-double. The other double-double, Noelle Van Oort. 15 kills on 40 attacks, 23 digs. Gwen Krull had a nice game with 12 kills on 26 attacks, as we saw the slide action really being prioritized by these middle hitters. As we look at Reese Axness getting significant time, she had 21 assists, second on the team to Lindsey Green. Leading in digs was Sophie Ledbetter, as she normally does. One of the best liberos in the MAC. She had 20 today. When we look at the visitor Cincinnati Bearcats, Sydney Nolan, like you said, 26 kills on 57 attacks, 368 impressive attack percentage, 7 digs. Andy Spees had a nice game as well. 3 kills as a setter, but 10 digs for her. 44 assists leads the team. Carly Glendening had 18 kills. Gretchen Sigmund stepped up in a big way with 13 kills. And with this weekend coming up for both of these teams, started out in the right way. Win or lose, it was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun could be an understatement, Dylan. It was a good one. It was an exciting one. It was a long one. It's everything you hope and wish for on a Thursday morning. And the environment lived up to the hype. But the Bearcats walk out of here with a very good win over a strong Cardinals team that's missing a couple key pieces, but is gearing up and getting ready for some MAC play as that gets started here soon. It was a pleasure through this 5 sets, but a good match win for the Bearcats.
Cincinnati will return soon to Big 12 play. Ball State with the Mid-American Conference matchups. But for LJ Shrieve, this is Dylan Budd saying so long from Muncie, Indiana on SportsLink Digital Radio. The final score today, 15-10 Bearcats in set 5 for a 3-2 victory. This is SportsLink Digital Radio presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
This has been a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.